51% increase in organic traffic, and the site was already largely indexed on Google. The client site is now intended to make $15 million this year, which is more than the last 3 years combined. It only took 6 months to get there. In this video, I'm going to teach you the SEO strategies that help get these wins so that you can do the same. But first, if you like this type of content, go ahead and like this video, smash that subscribe button, and toggle that notification bell so that you can stay up on the latest tips, tricks, and trends on SEO and digital marketing. You're about to learn the top backlink acquisition strategy, scaled and relevant content creation, and enhanced site speed and UX. 6 months ago, a prospective client came to our agency looking to rank where all their competitors were currently ranking across the nation. They sell shipping containers nationwide, and the several competitors had already taken up a good portion of that search engine real estate. And the prospective client had already done some basic SEO items, including creating a local set, having a good site in general, and getting their Google Search Console verified and a sitemap uploaded. But we still saw so much potential and knew that we could help them out. So let's dive into those strategies on how we did it. Number one, they needed a solid backlink acquisition strategy. Easily the biggest gap between them and their competitors was their backlink profile. Google has recently said that links are no longer a top 3 ranking factor. Then it must be top 4 because we still know that there is a considerable amount of value for backlink acquisition. In the battle waged against AI, search engines are still holding the long-standing winning characteristic, which is providing experience and expertise. And we know that expertise is still largely measured by backlinks. And many of you know that there are a handful and one backlink strategies out there. So which ones work? Let's talk about a killer digital PR strategy. First, identify a relevant topic. If you're not sure what's relevant, go ahead and find your favorite social media feed and scroll. ChatGPT and AI can also aid you in this relevant topic search. Let's take, for example, a viral event that happened last year with the 110th anniversary of the Titanic and the 25th anniversary of the release of the movie. I could use ChatGPT to help generate an article for this viral event. I could use a prompt similar to this. This week marks the 110th anniversary of the Titanic setting sail and the 25th anniversary of the release of the movie. How can I have turned this viral event into an article that could be used for digital PR? Now, for the sake of keeping our client anonymous, let's go ahead and use the example of a chiropractor. Give us 5 potential titles of an article that could go on a chiropractor website. Now, as you choose one of these headlines, you need to start to consider how you're going to produce this content, whether you use AI to help you or whether you're going to generate it all yourself. Either way, you want to focus on creating something that is going to provide unique expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness that you can provide as a professional in this space. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in the content creation portion. But let's focus on the backlink itself. Next, you want to identify the domain that you want to acquire a backlink from. You can do this by looking at your competitors and seeing what high-level domain authority sites have backlinks to them that don't yet backlink to you. We also know inherently that there are some sites on the web that are already promoted as valuable or seed sites, valuable news sites, .gov sites, .edu sites, and more. Next, you got to find a way to pitch the article, and if you can do it at scale, all the better. You can use your favorite digital PR or outreach tool. There are many to choose from. Or you can select a handful of these URLs that are linking to competitors and go do a site search. You can plug in a keyword with the site search to look for parent category pages of content that are similar to the content that you're about to produce. And pretty quickly, you're going to have a number of authors that you can quickly pull their contact information with a Chrome extension or another tool. The second key strategy that we used to gain this type of growth is a relevant and scaled content creation strategy. In this case, you've already started on this with your backlink acquisition strategy. You should have now created a handful of valuable articles that include expertise that only you can add to the conversation in your industry. In addition, we saw a ton of opportunity with the way that the client was already preparing their content with their page layout as well as that local set. The content was thin and largely duplicative, meaning that the copy and the elements on all the pages were very similar to what was on the rest of the other pages. The structure of each individual page was missing a header hierarchy as well as meeting the intent of the query that they were trying to rank for comprehensively. We simply jumped in and did some competitor research. We looked at what the competitors that were already ranking were doing as far as layout and content on their pages and what was missing on our client, to help us identify a set of angles to approach that particular topic. Simply adding those types of content and that hierarchy to headers and that page layout, we saw considerable changes. We then went ahead and simply added those missing topics and that missing structure and hierarchy of the page, which brings us to the third key strategy, enhancing their site speed and user experience. This site had the bare minimum when it came to hosting. They did not have a good CDN in place or a good caching strategy. By adding a few key players to their technical infrastructure like Cloudflare and WP Rocket, we were able to defer and reduce unused HTML and JavaScript, as well as lazy load and optimize those images at scale. With a handful of plugins or with some of the out-of-the-box services that somebody like Cloudflare offers, this can be incredibly easy and so powerful. Now, while each of these 3 strategies does take some brain power, none of them are impossibly technically difficult. Meaning you could implement them today and see similar amount of growth in a short period of time. And it is not by chance but by design that these 3 strategies also touch on the 3 major pillars of SEO: on-page, off-page, and technical SEO. Any one of them without the other is insufficient to help you increase that rank potential for your site. If you or anybody that you know is looking to increase their organic presence and increase their SEO value, be sure to share this video out, as well as like this video and subscribe so that you can stay up on the weekly videos where we dive into these types of tips and tricks to help your site increase in SEO and digital marketing. This is Quinn with RunLeadGen, and we'll see you next time.